Let's talk a little bit about some testosterone and kind of a new study, which is a meta study.
Yeah.
I think it's called like meta-analysis, where they look at a bunch of studies in the past.
So it's
And
sponsored by Facebook?
I don't think this one's sponsored by Facebook. So yeah, this meta study was published in March 2022 of Nutrition and Health, and this is in the UK. So they analyzed 27 interventional studies to assess low carb and high protein diets and their impact on testosterone. Okay, what is hurting the testosterone? Because it's not protein directly, but they do talk about cortisol in this article, and they say that it may have been linked to higher cortisol with that higher protein diet. Is what is determined high protein, because for a lot of people, they're not getting near as much amount of protein. You'd have to really be at like dumb, idiotic bodybuilder level protein to really stress your body out. And they say that it's 35% or more of total calories. So they looked at low versus high carb diets on men's testosterone and cortisol. Out of the 27 studies with a total of 309 participants, they said low versus high carbohydrates moderately increased resting cortisol, whereas the long-term, greater than 3 weeks, low carb diets had no consistent effect on resting cortisol. They went on and said low versus high carb diets resulted in much higher post-exercise cortisol after the long duration exercise, which is greater than 20 minutes. Moderate protein, which is less than 35%, low carb, had no consistent effect on total testosterone. So moderate protein, even when it comes to low carb, was okay for total testosterone. So the high protein, low carbs greatly decreased resting and post-exercise total testosterone. It's what a lot of people generally know, because 35% of your calories from protein is insane. It's very uncomfortable. Your satiety levels would be met very quickly. So let's look at like 2,000 calorie diet, just the standard, and then take that times 35%. So 700 calories, and then you divide by four, which is 175 grams of protein. There we go. I'm generally going for like 115 grams daily, and that's a lot.
Right. Yeah, it's no joke to get protein in. It's a lot of work. That's why you see guys chugging protein shakes because they think they need more protein. Look at, even the picture of someone chugging a shake.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to know the sources generally that they got protein from.
Bioavailable protein versus.
Yeah. But yeah, they don't go into that. It's kind of one of the things that's a downfall of different meta-analysis of studies, is it just groups in a bunch of things. How much would you say you get protein in daily? Like probably like 80 grams at least?
Yeah, at least 80 grams. How much is in half a pound of beef and a 10-ounce steak? So at least 80. And then that's just from my meat intake.
I mean, even that, for some people, they're like, holy crap, you eat a lot of meat just from that.
Oh, yeah.
They're
people don't like that.
They're like, you have 2 meals with meat in it? I'm like, holy crap.
How dare you? Are you crazy?
Yeah. You're going to get a heart attack, bro.
ApoA and ApoB levels figured out.
I saw that.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
cholesterol levels are chilling. I've
heard that's really one of the best ways to tell where your cholesterol is at and your inflammation, all of that. There's been a real good resurgence of ways to look and see, okay, am I really at risk because I have high cortisol or cholesterol? And yeah, as long as you get those measured and analyzed, then perhaps not, and you'll be totally fine. So for the record though, to jump off from this eating too much protein for testosterone, of course, the androgen diet, what is the percentage I recommend for people? And that's 25%. So versus the 35% where they saw deleterious effects. 25% is perfect for building muscle. You're not going way overboard with it. You're able to still eat wonderful foods like nice grass-fed ribeye steaks, eggs, so on and so forth.
Oh, I have eggs too. That can help.
Yeah. Pasture-raised eggs, yeah. Eating whole eggs instead of being just a Neanderthal, removing all the yolks and just dumping them down the sink.
Eat them.
It's the people that will eat your white rice, the egg whites that are in like a carton, and then chicken breast. All your foods are just white as hell. And that's not good. Your food is fully
No
privileged.
food diversity.